Damn. Ow! Oh God, kill it now. That would be the worst feeling ever. Imagine having a gnome and an elf all up in your anus. That's a sentence I never thought I'd ever say. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to The Legend of Vox Machina. We're now on season 2, episode 10, which is called Belly of the Beast. Or, sorry, episode 11. My bad. Episode 11, Belly of the Beast. So, in the last episode, we finally had the wrap up of Grog revisiting his past. He was scared to face his uncle after everything that they'd been through in the past, as well as his weakened body state, but he realized that the only way he was ever going to move forward is if he faced his past. And so he stood up to his uncle. He got worked over pretty good, but in the midst of that fight, something magical happened where that question that's been asked of him since the beginning of the season finally came back of where does Grog get his strength from? And he discovered it is from his friends, for the love of his friends and protecting them and, you know, basically taking care of his newfound family. So with that, he was able to come back stronger than ever. And he eventually, with the help of his friends, of course, who ended up joining the battle, they managed to take his uncle down, subdue him, and now Grog has another one of these, what are they called now? He now has another vestige, which is these 2 gauntlets that give him incredible strength on top of what he already has, as well as allow him to, it looks like, if we can go by what his uncle could do, he can also grow in size too. So this is great. We now have Grog outfitted, Vex and Vax. So we know that the sword is still out there as well, excuse me. But as it's in the hands of a dragon, I don't think that's going to be coming back anytime soon. So anyways, either way, at least our group now has a handful of these vestiges. I'm not sure if they know where they need to go next, however, because the sword was supposed to show them where all the other vestiges are. But either way, they now feel a little bit better about going forward. And now with the group, what they called the herd that his uncle once led, we see that Grog's cousin is now going to lead them up because they want to actually go up against the dragons, because the dragons, of course, have been using the herd as their own personal errand boys since this whole thing started. So hopefully the team does have some allies now with this group, and we see that they're we ended the episode with them saying that they need to come up with a plan on how to proceed forward with how to either get more vestiges or take down the dragons, one or the other. So I'm looking forward to getting into this episode without further ado, so let's do that. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be notified of when I do uploads of this particular show or anything else you might be watching of mine, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you are in the know. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
So much like your mother. I'll never forget meeting her.
Is he telling the truth? You never know with him.
It was love at first sight.
Love?
Until sunrise about.
I mean, maybe this is the reason why he's all, what was it, all jokes, no heart?
Every moment with her showed me a new way to be happy.
This feels way too romantic for the Scanlan we know.
She unlocked my soul.
That's more like the Scanlan I know. Okay.
In all these years, I never got over Leia.
Please tell me her mom's name is Leia?
Our love could live forever.
Her mom's not Leia, is it?
That's not my mom.
That's what I thought. She was a ginger.
Whoa, wait, Phoebe.
There we
Janet,
go. Mm-hmm.
Bert.
I mean, we all know the man don't discriminate.
Clara. Coriander.
Wow. We're gonna go through the entire alphabet?
She deserved better. But instead she got you. A
But
selfish
she
gnome who
did sleep with him, though.
So go on. Stab me.
Scanlan may be a lot of things, but he's not a complete dick.
You've earned it.
He uses his dick a lot, but he's not a complete dick.
I'll leave you with this burden. It's yours now, Dad.
Are you sure that's your dad? Are you certain? I'm not saying Scanlan's not capable, but the age thing is really throwing me off. Also, I don't know how gnomes age.
I don't know. But I'm gonna need another round.
I feel like if anyone's stomach can handle it, it's Grog's. I mean, let's not forget the man jumped into a vat of acid. On purpose. Wonder when he's going to have the conversation with his sister that things are very different. I feel like she'd be okay with it, though. I mean, it always seemed like between the two of them, the attachment was stronger on his side than hers. Oh, Kate, Demon Birds. What's up? Oh my god, zombies for real?
Please, usher us into the beyond.
Oh, this is because of the vestige. He sees the dead. That makes sense. So what is he doing? What is he now, the usher of souls? Does he ferry them off into the afterlife? The hell?
She's watching.
Always. Damn, can't take that thing off, hey? I guess if he did, that means it's his sister's life, right? That was the trade.
Have you ever had your life change and you don't know what comes next?
This is the night to ask that question.
You're saying you can't let fear hold you back.
Ideally not. Not if it's something you really want.
Take the plunge.
Or in your case, something you need to figure out. I mean, that vestige ain't going off anytime soon, so.
Then why have you not delivered my gold?
Where?
Another vestige, even more powerful than this. More distractions. If this delays you by even a day, Umbrasil, your flesh will burn.
Damn, he said, take that. Can he actually burn him? Oh, Umbrasil's not liking it. Dissension in the ranks.
With those gauntlets, you wouldn't have to grovel to Thordak.
I knew Ripley would definitely lean into that. Queen of manipulation.
You get power, and I get resources.
A deal is a deal.
What kind of riz does Ripley have to finesse a dragon? That's what I want to know, because, like, for real. She's got nothing to offer. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I don't know that. But you got to give her some points.
So you just found out you had a puppy, and you try to sleep with that puppy.
Hey, that was the puppy's fault.
Oh, please, God, tell me this is
Now, I was thinking we implement Gersha's law of opposing forces.
You're talking in too many syllables. Bring it down. Bring it down. Yeah, see this vestige with all the creepy crows all the time. No, I couldn't do that. It's too much. Give me the vestige that gives sunshine, flowers, butterflies, like something more colorful, please.
I wasn't the one making that racket.
Hi.
Oh, wow. You guys are good.
I mean, it's kind of their job.
She's in my head, calling. So I thought I'd try answering.
We'll come with you.
I don't think this is a group thing.
And I need to find these answers on my own.
Do not go far from me.
Can't guarantee that anymore. Yeah, notice he didn't promise. I know it's not really an effect with this show, but it's interesting. The bond between some twins is like that, though. It's so deep that it's very hard for them to detach when the time comes. And it should come. Like, they should be individuals. Oh, you know, this is the wrong party, guys. Sorry, I'm just gonna moonwalk out of here.
I know you have feelings for him.
Duh.
I know my brother. And I know he still cares for you.
You think? I mean...
So quick.
With all of this to deal with,
I mean, does that even matter?
Always matters.
it always matters. Vex,
That's literally what motivates people to do what they do.
don't let him get away.
Exactly. Remind him of why he did this in the first place. I don't know much about this matron lady, but I gotta think you gotta forge your own deal with him or her. And I don't think he should be talking to her. He should be talking to, what was the last one? Pervon. He needs to talk to them. Find out what ended up killing him in the end. Just the pool of blood is a no. The stink alone.
Take the plunge.
Okay, make sure all your orifices are closed. He literally picked like the creepiest matron out of all of them, right? Like, you can get the vestige with a nicer environment, ambiance. Okay, my guy said, well, R.I.P. to me. Get your stupid cords off me!
My life? My soul? Or am I to be your puppet?
The threads of fate are not puppet strings.
You sure?
All the living share one experience. Death.
True.
The souls I've been seeing. You want me to shepherd them?
Damn, I was right about that? I was hoping I wasn't.
Protecting the sanctity between life and death. That is our cause.
You mean our? You're a goddess. You do it.
Do you accept this
And if he
job?
says no,
You're afraid of dying,
as most,
my beautiful champion.
you hitting on me?
There is much to fear, but not death, for it gives meaning to life.
Ma'am, we don't have that kind of relationship. She asked him if he wanted to accept it, so it looks like he had the opportunity to say no, but what did it mean, I guess? Because that's what I would have said. What would be the cost if I said no? But now you just gone and signed up, so. But also, can't everybody just manipulate fate? Hi, guys. Covered in blood. It's not mine.
I'm fine. I'm better than fine.
You are not fine. Whose blood is that? But
Let's head back. I'll explain on the way.
Maybe you might want to shower. I mean, I guess if he's made peace with it, that's all that matters.
Delivers the restraint, anchoring the target to the base.
It's like he's talking about math. That's how I act when people start talking about math.
You dig there.
Right? Just gonna keep it simple.
This belongs to you now. What? Kevdax blood axe?
I don't want it. Do you want it?
Do you talk?
Right? Good.
Say.
Yes. That's a good check going forward.
Okay, I just wanted to say I can change. No more brothels.
That's not gonna help at this point. Maybe talk about something that's to do with her.
I realize I'm not the dad you wanted, but I can try to be.
Or a friend.
At least take this back.
I don't want anything from you.
It's yours. Okay. I mean, if it actually is his daughter, she's got every right to be angry, but at the same time, I need to know the details. If he didn't know about her, then there's only so much he could do, right?
One Percy trap.
Why do I feel like that's not enough?
It's not.
It will work.
You don't...
And if it doesn't?
Umbrasil drips acid. He's back. Yeah, I'm so sorry, girl. And oh god, he's gonna want the gauntlets. Maybe this is how they get the sword back, if they can. Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't think like these are gonna be enough, guys. He literally just opened his mouth, and the acid will just burn it all. Yeah, there's that. Zip it. Okay, multiple attack. I'm saying, like, I know that sword was evil, but it would have been a great option to have with this particular dragon. Just sticking it in there, letting it drink to his heart's content. Yeah, he's a dragon. It was worth a try, though, guys. That was valiant. Oh, no, he's got that? Great. Okay, at least he's got that. Not to... Oh. I mean, your blood might help us see him. Damn. Ow! Oh, God! Oh, God, kill it now! Oh! This isn't going well. Does this actually make you invincible to acid? This cardio. I'm not about it.
I got shit to prove.
You. I
Yeah,
found out I'm
you
the
can
champion
change.
of the matron of ravens.
I found out I'm a father.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I think on that one, Scanlan wins.
Okay, look, I got a plan, but it's fucking crazy.
Let's do it!
We need to get inside that dragon.
Inside.
I mean, kinky, but I'm down.
There is a way. The other way.
Oh, did he have an enema recently? Oh.
Where are they going?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know. Tears. Not the fingers. Oh my god.
I didn't actually think this would work.
I would be more scared if you liked it.
When Scanlan's short halt tells you to leave.
Yeah.
Hit him with everything we got!
That would be the worst feeling ever. Imagine having a gnome and an elf all up in your anus. That's a sentence I never thought I'd ever say. Oh, bitch. Oh, yeah, he likes that. Oh, it's got a timer. He's not down, guys.
Cannot contain me. You will not.
Really? Careful, guys. There's still acid in there.
I have your vestige, and I will possess them all.
Okay.
We can't let him get away!
I mean, they've got some pretty bad... He's going to have some really bad indigestion regardless. I was about to say, bro, really? You thought you were going to hold him back? That's cute. Yeah, this is what from bad to worse. You're gonna end it, aren't you? God. All right, guys, that was fun. That got really fun in the end there. I really liked, again, the teamwork, dream work, Percy flexing that brain muscle. The idea was great, but unfortunately the materials and timing did not really work in their favor. I mean, this is a dragon. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of just sheer raw muscle to try to contain. You would need some otherworldly materials to keep something like that down, probably magically reinforced on top of that, but they didn't have time. But listen, they did quite a bit. And thankfully, it looks like Umbrasyl is one of the more, shall we say, brash and arrogant of the dragons. I mean, he was able to see the trap before he got trapped into it, but that aggression to kind of go after them, the using, the flex to try to, go invisible and go after them, like that's the kind of stuff that I expect of hubris, right? That's arrogance. Arrogance is what got what's his name, Krieg, killed from way back in the last season. He underestimated what these people could do and ended up having a lot more than he bargained for. And in this case, I'm fairly certain Umbrasyl did not expect to have visitors in his rooter tutor. Like that's I don't think he's ever had that happen before. That's a new experience for him, I think. But either way, like I said, I really like seeing that everyone worked together, including the herd. And they did put some damage, but not nearly enough. It just wasn't right. And unfortunately, Scanlan's plan was good, but I think they needed to have a little bit more of a damaging weapon to deal with. And I'm trying to think of who could make, probably. Yeah, if Percy had known about a plan like this, he probably could have created an explosive that would do more damage to him from the inside. But yeah, that knife, while it hurt, I don't know. We'll have to see though. I mean, we're not done with this yet. And those two are still in there. So there's still damage they could do. I'm just trying to think of how he's going to get them out of there. Because that's not something I think a dragon can even control, right? Like, how do you force somebody? I mean, I guess they're technically in his digestive tract. But yeah, either way, they can't stay there forever is the point. They will most likely die or suffocate before he would. So anyway, that was a very, very fun fight at the end for sure. And we see that my guy Grog is getting the hang of those gauntlets pretty easily. I like to see it. Definitely useful. It looks like they definitely pack a punch. It wasn't enough to take Umbrasyl down, but it definitely gave him a run for his money, which I like. And also the arrow looks like it does a lot of damage too, the bow. So these are definitely weapons that they need, but it's showing me, this fight has shown me that they need to coordinate their attacks. I think it's the only way they're going to take any of these dragons down. They're going to have to work with as many vestiges as possible at the same time, because as we saw, one at a time wasn't quite enough to do the damage. But I do think they might get the sword back though, because now that they've got Umbrasyl kind of on the run, if they can get their hands on that sword, then they'll know where to go next. But yeah, outside of that, we saw a little bit of Scanlan dealing with this information about his daughter. I forgot about that from the recap. I completely forgot about that part of the episode. And yeah, again, I still wonder if she really is his daughter. As I said last episode, the age thing is throwing me off, but I don't know how old Scanlan's supposed to be, or her. But either way, it's a lot. And Scanlan knows that he can't outrightly say that's not possible because of his promiscuity, but at the same time, this is something that I think, coupled with what he's been going through with Pike kind of challenging him to be more serious and to actually be, more grown up about everything. And then of course, both Sphinxes commenting on the fact that he doesn't have any substance. Clearly Scanlan's kind of getting to a point where he's realizing that he needs to change something, that he's not really happy with the way that he's handling himself, or more importantly, I guess, the way people perceive him. And so hearing this from his daughter, the fact that he doesn't even remember who her mother is and how much that hurts her, he's kind of like, well, go ahead and take your best shot if that will make you feel better. And she's like, no, in the end, I'm going to let you just sit with this and just deal with what I've had to deal with. And, it's sad in a way. And I feel like I see both sides of the coin. I mean, it never feels good to be an abandoned child or feel like your parent didn't want you or didn't care enough for you. But at the same time, from the sounds of things, Scanlan did not even know this woman was pregnant. And so it's like, I understand where she's coming from, but I think she needs to recognize that if Scanlan didn't know, he didn't know. Now, does that mean Scanlan would have been there if he did know? I think Scanlan is actually struggling with that right now, realizing that he probably would have still run, because that's his default. But in this case, we can give him the benefit of the doubt because he really had no idea. And you can't expect someone who doesn't know that they have a kid to be Father of the Year. And the fact that he wasn't in love with her mother, I mean, that's an unfortunate situation. But again, that's Scanlan's truth, it's the truth. So anyway, I just feel like they definitely could come to some middle ground, but I think what she's looking for, like any child who's ever had an absentee parent, typically what they're looking for is consistency. They need to know that this parent actually means it, that it's not empty words, that they're not going to make promises and then break them. So if Scanlan is serious about building a bridge back to his daughter, he's just going to have to show her that he's going to be there. Like she told him where she's going. When this is all said and done, he can maybe make a point to go and visit her, find out where she's going to go, or try to stay in contact and just let her know that he's there until she gets to a point where maybe she's willing to extend a little trust back in his direction. But anyways, he's only told Vax about this so far. But yeah, it's a lot for him to handle. And I think that that's something that, you know, him and Pike can possibly bond over. And I think it's something that's going to help Pike see him in a different light too. Like if he actually does put in the effort to get to know her, I think Pike will see that, and she already likes him, but I think that's when she'll maybe start to take him a little bit more seriously, which will be good for him, obviously. Speaking of Vax, he decided to finally figure out what's going on with this bird lady, this bird woman who will not shut up, all up in his head all the time. So he went and where these crows were leading him, and you see that his sister and Keyleth are following him because they've noticed that he's just not being himself. And we find out the matron tells him that his job is to basically, I guess, he's the steward, I guess you could say, of the threads of fate. Like he's not really, she said he sees them and he can change them now. So I don't know. I still don't fully understand what that means. If that means he has to act to change things, or if it's just his job to make sure that people follow the fate that's like laid out before them, if that makes sense. But again, fate, my understanding of fate is that it's mutable, right? Like I don't think fates are, I mean, that's my belief, is that fates are not sealed. They're not locked in. A fate can change based on decisions that you make. So if that's the case, then making people follow a fate thread, that doesn't make any sense to me, because if they do something else, then that to me means that their fate has changed. But I don't know, maybe I'm going too deep with this. But either way, I think we'll find out more about what that means. And she basically said to Vax that he doesn't have to worry about dying, because it's not the worst thing in the world that can happen. And basically that he can just fulfill this duty, and that it was what he was meant to do. Like she says, he's been watching him for a very long time. And that, of course, we saw that the flashes since the beginning of the season of that woman that was just kind of showing up, and, you know, only Vax was seeing her. Now we know that it was the matron, and I guess she already knew that Vax was going to end up in that chamber and making that decision. But like I said in the episode, I'm not so sure that he actually has to take on this job, because she did ask him if he accepted it. So to me, if you ask, that means he's got to give consent. So I do wonder what would have happened if he said no, but he didn't. So here we are. He's accepted it, but he seems like he's at peace with whatever he said. And he said he was going to explain it to Keyleth and his sister once he got out. We didn't hear that explanation as he understood it, but either way, like I said, at least he looks like he's at peace with it for now. And that's, I think, what's most important. As long as he's okay with it, we're going to have to deal with it, right? So yeah, that was another good episode. We're going to have to see how things go, though, because as I mentioned, Umbrasyl has left the building, but he's still got two unwilling passengers. And yeah, how are they going to get out? What does that mean? Are they going to get that vestige? And we see that Grog is literally caught a ride by hanging on to this dragon. So I'm wondering how it's all going to go down. Also wondering what will happen if they're going to meet up with Ripley. I have a feeling they're going to meet up with Ripley, because Ripley and Umbrasyl have been like this, it looks like. And I know in the last episode I was saying that the dragons were working with this herd and about the vestiges, but they weren't. It looks like it was just Umbrasyl doing his own thing. This episode kind of confirmed that Umbrasyl is going off on his own, being egged on by Ripley, who, like I said, is a master manipulator, and he's the one who wants these vestiges. It looks like the Thordak doesn't give a damn, as he shouldn't. But anyway, I shouldn't say as he shouldn't, because they could do damage. But I don't think from this conversation, Umbrasyl's not looking at the fact that they could destroy these dragons. He's looking at it's going to make us more powerful, and I want to make myself more powerful. So again, dissension in the ranks. Umbrasyl does not like being an underling, and I think people on my comments have been telling me, thank you very much, that apparently dragons do not work together. Typically, they don't like each other very much, and I'm starting to see where those types of fissures are starting to develop between the group now, and some of them not liking it, namely Umbrasyl right here, that he's taking orders from Thordak at this point. So with Ripley in his ear, feeding into that, I think that she's looking to maybe get a dragon under her belt, obviously, but also it works to her advantage to get these dragons to be less organized, because I don't think she wants to be in a world where dragons are running things either, right? And she said she's also looking for materials, so that scares me, because what the hell is she building? We already know that she's capable of some pretty evil stuff, so I'm scared of whatever it is she wants and whatever it is that Umbrasyl said he's going to help her get. Because whatever she's building, I'm pretty sure is bad for humanity as a whole. So, all of that, and there's still a spinning orb of doom that's sitting underneath, wherever Percy's from. So, a lot going on, but another good episode, guys. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love to this video, and I will see you in the next one.